Hello and welcome to Low Country Lifestyles on 94.3 WSC. It's Greg Pitt with me today, Jeff Cook of Jeff Cook Real Estate, a guy that's not a stranger to Charleston as a whole. If you've, unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen this guy either on television or on the side of the interstate. Jeff, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Greg, for having me. I appreciate it.
How long you been in business here in Charleston?
We are in our 15th year of doing real estate here in the Charleston area.
Man, oh man, and it's a cutthroat, very competitive business. But with the amount of people moving here day by day, a decent job to have.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny. Every 75 to 100 people out there, there's a real estate agent. So no matter where you're going, you're going to run into a real estate agent, and there's a lot that sets them apart. So we get into some of that as well. But I tell you, the number of people moving here, it's 51 or 54 people moving to Charleston County alone every single day.
It's incredible.
11 new cars every single day. 51 people and 11 new cars every single day. Not to mention all the U-Hauls that are going behind those cars, right?
It shows on the road every morning. Yeah, so you started 15 years ago. How did you start? Did you have family that was in the business before you, or what was your inspiration?
You know, I got laid off from corporate America. You know, there's a lot of people out there that have that journey in life, and I got laid off from corporate America and decided to try to do something that I could go out and impact the world, and, I landed at real estate.
Okay.
So it was one of those things where I was in college at the time and was trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to go in life. And when I got laid off, I, said, you know what, let me go and figure out what I can do that I can make the biggest difference. And in real estate, the cool part is the sky's the limit. You know, the more homes you go out and sell, the more families you service, the bigger the opportunity is. And that's really what our real estate team has grown on, and our mission and vision statement is today throughout the years.
Well, and you obviously did your homework, and there's a course you have to, or several courses you have to take on it, and you got through that, and you seemed to like it, and you got into it.
I did, yeah. It's interesting because I was actually studying it in college.
Okay.
And as I jumped into real estate, it sort of opened the opportunity up, and I went to school up at USC. I'm a Gamecock. So went to school up there and moved back to Charleston back in 2003, and just jumped right in and started selling houses left and right. And I'll tell you, that first year was tough. There's a lot of people that want to get into real estate, and we have an opportunity for that as well for anybody that's thinking of getting into real estate. On our website, jeffcookrealestate.com, people can get a lot of information about what it's like to become a licensed real estate agent. And we also do some courses on that and career nights, and happy to interview anybody that's thinking of getting into real estate and just walk them through what that looks like, because it's definitely a different animal. It's not a job, it's a career for sure.
Well, that's good to hear, because, a lot of sales-oriented jobs people are immediately scoff at or a little bit scared by. They're like, oh, commission only, I don't know about this.
Absolutely. It's a big risk, that's for sure. And the fun part is that, we do a ton of advertising, radio, billboards, TV, and the interesting part about that is that our clients get a lot of recognition on the properties they're trying to sell, but also our agents get a lot of recognition and get a lot of exposure in terms of people moving to the area. Some of those 54 people moving to the city every single day, they're on our website shopping for available properties all the time. So the agents that decide to get into the business and, become experienced and work with us on our team have the ability to service some of those incoming people with those U-Hauls. Yeah.
And I was talking earlier about seeing you all over town, seeing the television commercials, and then a campaign you did, I don't know, I guess it was around just before Christmas last year.
Yeah.
And it was a move to Canada.
Absolutely.
Or tied in with the election, and just a great, funny way to not only be very timely and on topic, but also promote your business.
The funniest part about that story is, when we put that billboard up, we had no idea what was getting ready to happen. And so when we actually had 10 of them up, throughout the city, and then we actually added 2 more whenever it took off. But the crazy part about that is that the phone number that we had on that billboard, Ed Sullivan shared it. Different people continued to, George Lopez shared it. The George Lopez Network got a hold of it. We were featured on Fox News, CNN News, and all those different things. And so the funny part is the phone number literally disintegrated and quit working. It was one of these deals where you have a subscription where you only have a certain limited number of minutes on it, and we burned through the minutes in like the first day. And so the phone number is still, we literally can't put that phone number on anything still, because we still are getting calls from that Move to Canada billboard, and it was the one that featured, Trump and Hillary side by side, and saying if you want to move to Canada, depending on who gets elected, then we're the group to help you do it. So it took off and got a lot of publicity across the nation that we definitely weren't expecting.
Coming into this job, because we did something with that, and it was funny to see it from, from sort of an outsider's perspective, and then coming in full circle to a person who actually won a trip to Canada.
Right.
And so that was just a heck of a lot of fun. And again, a great guerrilla marketing type move.
Well, you guys called and you said, hey, we've got this, idea, and let's look at giving away a trip to Canada. So sure enough, into the election, into the fourth quarter cycle, we ran a promotion, here on your guys' station that basically, gave away. People could come to the website and register, and as they did that, they'd be entered into a drawing for a trip to Canada. And we actually did. We had a couple that came in and won a trip up to Canada, and you guys were generous enough to help cover the cost of that as well. And so thank you guys for participating in that and contributing to that cause. It was really a neat giveaway to see that family receive that trip.
Yeah, it was. It was very rewarding to see, and I'm sure they're going to have a great time. Which brings me to Palmetto Hero. This is something you came up with?
It's not something that we came up with on our own. It's just something that we've kind of taken to the next level. What Palmetto Heroes is we just basically want to recognize correction officers, EMTs, firefighters, paramedics, law enforcement officers, nurses, teachers, veterans, anybody that is what we consider a Palmetto hero. We've launched a program called Jeff Cook Cares, and a lot of you guys have heard, the advertisements and the jingle that we've started on the radio station here. And the reason that we did that is because we really wanted to not just make it about us, but also see how we could give back and help the community. So many of our loyal clients have been with us for so many years and referred us and helped us grow to where we are today that we said, you know what, let's find a way to give a portion of that back to the community. And so our first initiative that we're doing this year is participating in this Palmetto Hero program. We're partnering with the state on this as well. And basically what it is, the state has launched a program that if you're in one of those categories, again, it's law enforcement officers, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, veterans, and on down the list, anybody that's considered a hero, then you qualify for a $6,000 down payment assistance grant towards buying a house.
Wow.
And so you can purchase up to, I think it's $255,000, and the interest rate on it is amazing, Greg. It's 3.5% fixed rate mortgage. It's not one of these adjustable type deals. It's a 30-year mortgage that's a 3.5% deal. So the interesting part about that is that you get into a program, and not a lot of these programs you get into, you get a couple of freebies up front, but then they make it up in the long run. With this particular program, not only do you get $6,000 in down payment assistance to buy a home, but you also get the 30-year fixed interest rate of 3.5%, which is a good bit lower than what the sort of par rate or the standard rate is today, which is now somewhere in the 4s. So you get a reduced interest rate also. And again, we're partnering with the state on that here at Jeff Cook Real Estate to help get these low interest rate programs for the heroes. And where we come into play is we help get the loan underwritten and the money secured from the state. That's the first step in it, is we do an application with anybody that qualifies. And after the money is set aside, then we go out and start purchasing or looking for a home, shopping for a home, and we help you put a contract on a home. And the minute that we've helped you secure a contract on it, then at that point in time, we will be able to lock the money down with the state, and then you have 60 days to be able to purchase the home and go from there. And the best part is, the other thing is that we're not charging anything to help folks find the property. So it's a completely free program. We find that most first-time home buyers that are heroes are the ones that are taking advantage of this program. If somebody does have a home to sell, there is a program as well to help you in selling your home and trading into another house. So we could certainly talk about that program as well. But most of the people that are taking advantage of the $6,000 down payment assistance are first-time buyers. And so again, the neat part about it is that it coincides with our free first-time buyer program here at the real estate office, so that you're able to not only find the house, get the home of your dreams, but also to be able to get the down payment covered, and then an amazing fixed interest rate for the entire 30-year period.
Yeah, it's an incredible rate. I mean, when we bought our house way back when, it was like almost double that. And to start off that way, and to not, because people talk about refinancing all the time, but then when you get into the legwork of it, you don't always find the rate you're wanting to get. So this is definitely a great way to start out, and for some great people doing some great things out there.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, I think some of these heroes just deserve the benefits of this program, and that's really what we here at Jeff Cook Real Estate wanted to do and participate with, and being able to give back to the community. And later in the year, we're going to highlight, different aspects of other type programs as well, so people can stay tuned and listen to what we have coming up. We got some cool things coming up mid part of the year and also the end part of the year for different folks also.
You mentioned the trade-in program, which is a little different. Could you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so let's say that somebody owns that house that, it's funny because every time we help somebody buy a home, of course it's their forever home, right? It's the home that they're going to live in, and then they start, whether it be, having kids, or their family matures, or their kids get older and grow up, and we find that, the average lifespan of somebody living in a home is somewhere around the, 3 to 7 year mark. Sometimes it's sooner if there's a job transfer, or if they outgrow the home, or they just have a different job that allows them to afford more now. But sometimes people stay in longer. And we find that the forever home that people purchased sometimes becomes not their forever home a few short years after they buy the home. And so interestingly enough, our trade program, what it does is it allows them to be able to get, kind of an honest evaluation of exactly what their house could sell for in today's real estate market. We give them that, free of charge, with a complimentary in-home evaluation to tell you, hey, we think your house could sell for this, and you would need to do this and this, and also then help you to trade into purchasing another home as well. And so the interesting part about that is that people get stuck sometimes in this, what we call the real estate catch-22, which is that they want to buy this other home, but they don't want to put their house on the market for sale until they find the new home. But then after they find the new home, they haven't sold their existing home yet. So they don't want to get stuck not owning a home at all, but then they also don't want to get stuck owning two houses. And so what our trade program does basically is to transition them out of their current house into the new house of their dreams, their new forever home, if you will, and, helps them transition from one into the next. So you don't have to worry about double moves and double closings and all of that stuff. Our team will help transition it right from one house to the next in a seamless, easy process without a bunch of headache and hassle along the way.
Okay. And for the Palmetto Hero program, or any of these, really, what's the best way to get in contact with you? So
2 things. If somebody is indeed a first-time buyer and they're wanting to take advantage of the Palmetto Hero program, I'll give a phone number for that. That's 843-501-9764. Again, it's 843-501-9764. And information about that can be found on our website or our social media, and that is jeffcookrealestate.com. And then if somebody's looking to get information about the trade program and they're wanting to sell their home, then we'll give a different phone number for that. That would reach our trade program, which is 843-225-2002. Again, 843-225-2002. And all of this information can be found on our website, jeffcookrealestate.com. And specifically the Palmetto Hero, we've launched a sister website as well, palmettohero.com as well, to find out who all qualifies for that $6,000 in down payment assistance. If there's anybody out there listening that wants us to give them a free consultation in any way, whether it be buying or selling, or if somebody's really considering and getting into real estate, we literally have 1,500 people hit our website every single month in and month out. And what we're looking to do is add 5 or 6 good quality salespeople to our team. That are interested in doing it as a full-time career, and maybe they're not already real estate agents, or maybe they're not already salespeople. That's okay. I'm just looking for good quality people that have the ability to service all of the people coming into Charleston, and that information can be found on our website also. But we encourage you also to reach out to find out how you could do real estate school and get plugged in here at our real estate office to help some of these folks moving into the area.
And again, 843-501-9764 to get a hold of Jeff, or Palmetto Heroes at jeffcookrealestate.com. Thanks for being with us, Jeff.
Thank you, Greg.